This video is brought to you by Alienware, featuring Intel Core i7 processors. Start gaming.
So a few weeks ago now, in fact it was last year, I received a rather lovely gift from the guys over at Alienware. Now they're sponsoring some of my work right now, and they sent me one of their brand new Aurora PCs. That's complete with an i7 processor, 32GB of RAM, and the holy grail of graphics cards right now, the GTX 1080 from Nvidia. Now that's the PC I've been using for the last month or so. All of my gameplay is now recorded in 4K, and all of my videos to YouTube are uploaded in 1440p. So the footage looks really sharp, it looks really crisp, and I can't see any way to really improve on that right now. And that puts me in a really good position. It makes me really happy to know that I'm providing the best quality videos that I can to you guys, because my videos are my first impression. Many of you will have subscribed at one point, and if I can make that first impression as good as it possibly can be, then our community here, which is now 300,000 people strong, thanks for that milestone by the way, that was awesome, that community will continue to grow. That's why I spend time creating new series that allow me to, edit something a little bit more, like weapon history for example. A lot of the clips in those videos showcase longer kill streaks or more team-oriented gameplay. That first impression is extremely important, but I want to continue to produce content of the highest quality. New subscribers here on this channel are just as important as my long-time subscribers, and you all deserve to be watching the best content possible. So that Aurora PC sitting on my desk just here beside me, it's glinting little red LEDs at me, that's great for editing on a day-to-day basis. It really is a true workhorse. But Alienware decided that they wanted to go one step further. They not only wanted to provide me with a very powerful PC for editing, uploading videos, and playing games in my office, but they wanted to give me something powerful for on-the-go work as well. Being a YouTube creator focusing on games, lots of companies invite you to social and capture events where more often than not, I'm allowed to take footage home of that game and create some videos about it. Sometimes that footage is allowed to be released straight away, and sometimes I have to adhere to embargoes. But it's always important to be carrying the technology that will allow you to capture footage should you need it. If I was to say to go to Stockholm and attend an event at DICE's offices to capture gameplay of Battlefield 1, just as I did on several occasions on the lead up to the release of the game, without my tech, I'd not only be extremely disappointed, but I'd be letting you guys down. You now expect me to post exclusive content of games before they've been released. I'm sure you've seen the regular Battlefield YouTube channels posting exclusive footage, the likes of JackFrags, LevelCap, Rival X Factor, and so on. If we don't arrive to these events without the equipment that we need, then we can't provide the videos that you've come to expect. So with all that in mind, Alienware have set me up with another one of their new products. This is the Alienware 15, the laptop that Alienware have sent to me to be my on-the-go workhorse and gaming machine. Sometimes at these events you do have a little bit of free time, or you might have to travel a really long way, like to a different country, to get to the event. So taking your games with you on a laptop that's powerful enough can help you pass some of that time. First of all, let's go through the specifications, and then we'll get into the usability of the laptop afterwards. For the processor, it's an Intel Core i7-6700HQ. That's a 4-core energy-efficient one, running at 2.6 GHz. It's got 16 GB of DDR4 RAM, and that's clocked at 2666 MHz. Graphics-wise, it's packing a GTX 1060 from Nvidia. That's the fully fledged version, not a mobile one. And for storage, it's got a main boot drive of a 256GB NVMe solid state, backed up with a 1TB hard drive for data and files and stuff. As for the rest of the laptop's features, it's got a shortened keyboard layout with LED backlighting, there's no numpad here, a large LED trackpad with physical clicker buttons, more LED lighting down the sides and on the logo on the lid, and finally a 1080p TN display. Now I'll get more onto that display soon, it is more than just meets the eye. The whole laptop package here is certainly slimmed down from the previous models. The base of the unit, where the keyboard and the trackpad are, is quite a bit thinner and has a much nicer profile now, but the lid thickness with the screen on it is about the same. That's a thumbs up over my older AW15, which admittedly was a little bit bulky. This new model features a rear bumper design. I don't really know what it's called, but it's got like this chin that sticks out the back, and that houses the heat sinks for the CPU and the graphics card, and it's also home to some of the ports as well, like power, HDMI out if you want to connect to display, Ethernet, USB, and so on. All the heat gets exhausted out of the back and from the sides, but most of it goes out of the back, and I prefer that over the standard side-mounted solutions that I've seen on other laptops, but with most others it does get quite hot, and when you're playing demanding games, the fans do ramp up and get rather loud. When you're gaming too, make sure you plug the thing in. I do believe in miracles, and one day I'm sure batteries will catch up to the needs we want them to fulfill, but today is not that day. In the background now, you'll be seeing some Battlefield 1 gameplay, all of which was recorded on the AW15, and I've put the frame rate in the top left-hand corner, and I'll flash up the graphics settings for you now, so you've got a little bit of context to that frame rate. But for all intents and purposes, it's running at full ultra 1080p minus motion blur. But what I really want to talk about now is the display on the laptop, which is sort of the laptop's party piece. It's a 1920 by 1080 TN panel. That's pretty standard for laptops these days, but it comes with the added bonus of being a 120Hz refresh rate monitor. That means super smooth gameplay without any screen tearing. Now, some people will say that higher refresh rate screens don't make that much of a difference, but having used a desktop display recently, which is my new 4K 60Hz monitor, and then having used a 144Hz 1080p monitor before that, it is night and day difference. It makes a huge difference. Having the higher refresh rate on a laptop was kind of strange to begin with because I didn't expect it to react as fluidly as it did, but after about 10 minutes or so, I'd shaken that feeling off and gaming was just as smooth as butter. It is a TN panel, so the colours aren't as vivid as what you might get on an IPS display, but the TN technology allows for a faster response time overall, and that means you can move the mouse and the screen just responds as quickly as it can, and there is virtually no latency at all. Beyond the display, the performance of this laptop is just perfect for me. It's got the proper horsepower under the hood with the i7 processor. That's great for editing videos on the go, and the 16GB of RAM really helps here as well. Lots of games are recommending more and more RAM these days, so it's nice not being limited there. The only place that I think this laptop could really do better is the storage. 256GB of boot drive, the super fast solid state one is, awesome. It boots up from cold in just seconds, and you're on the desktop in a flash, but only 256GB is a bit limited. I'd like more in a boot drive for installing some of my favourite programs, and perhaps more than one game. The backup drive, the 1TB hard drive, again, I'd like to see more storage there, maybe boosting it up to 2TB for maximum flexibility. When you're on the go, sometimes you don't know how much footage you're going to be taking home with you, and having more storage at your disposal is definitely the way to go. Hard drives aren't that expensive either, so the bump up to 2TB would have been appreciated. With me heading off to more and more events now, I even have one coming up this week actually, having a laptop that's not only more streamlined than my older one, but one that packs some proper gamer features like a proper full desktop GTX 1060 and a 120Hz display, that makes my gaming experience even closer to my main desktop back home. Now, if you want to find out more about the AW15, go down into the description and click the link to take you to the product page, and I've left a link to the Aurora PC, the big desktop one, down there as well, if you want to check that out. But thank you very much for watching. My name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.